Hey guys, Brad here. We're back with another issue of Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. So hopefully you guys are having a good time following along with me. And in this issue, or this episode, we're going to look at issue number 15. Really quick, out of the bag, we've got a piece of hull plating here in the back, and we've got our piece of paper. We've got some screws here, some self-tapping screws, and the machine screws. And then we also have the hallway arches with all the padding on it. So we're going to start out this episode. We're going to attach the hull plating, and then we're going to do the sprues. And I'll just fast forward through this. You can watch me do them, and then we'll see how the new piece looks. The new piece will be on the hull. We'll actually kind of see that first. In this issue, let's see here, we have some information on the B-Wing Starfighter. A couple pages there. Gas mining on Bespin. Some information on how the Millennium Falcon lands. Also the landing gear and the landing jets. Got some information there. Some more information on the landing gear, how the Falcon lands and maneuvers, and also it's got some information on the differences between episode 4 and then 5 and 6, where they went from 3 landing gears to 5, I believe. There's actually 5 here shown on the bottom. I don't know if this is the DeAgostini model or not, but another thing I'd like to point out in this picture specifically are all the different lights. There's lights around the circumference. There's lights up here on the bottom. And I am really keeping my fingers crossed that we're going to get those lights integrated into the kit somehow. Now, I'm looking at, the correlation between where the lights are located and the actual model that we have right now, and I'm not seeing any holes that appear to match. But that would be really awesome if we could get those kind of lighting effects in our model. So, I don't know. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Again, here we have the information on assembling the bottom frame. So, we'll finish that up. Or the next section, I guess. And we go through that here, which I've already done most of this. We just have the one smaller inner frame left to put on. And it actually does not talk about the hallway arches for this episode, but I'm going to go ahead and do those since it comes with this kit anyway. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have the packet for issue 15. Let's go ahead and... my gosh, I finally tore one. I usually open them from the back where the staples pop out much more easily, but not this time, guys. Sorry. All right, so what do we got here? Go ahead and empty all this out. Get all the screws out. We've got the machine screws here for the rib stiffener or frame stiffener, whatever those are called. We've got a hull panel. It's got a very light wash on it and no other details. Part number BP4, I think it's bottom panel 4. And then we also have our BF18, or bottom frame 18. We've got the rib stiffener here and the little connector piece. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop that open. Actually, I'll just use my X-Acto knife to cut that open. Okay. And that is garbage. So I will throw that into the circular file. We will not need the self-tapping screws, but we will need the machine screws and the brass machine screws. So I will go ahead and first, I'm just going to pop these 4 of these screws out. Looks like there's 5 in the packet, so it looks like we probably have 1 extra. which we will keep. We'll set that one aside for later. I think the first thing I will want to do is attach the frame piece here that we already have. So let's move some of this stuff out of the way, and we'll bring our frame into perspective here. And this will line up just like that. And, oh, we will need some screws. Actually, it looks like we've got 4 screws, but I think we only need 3 of them for this one. So there's going to be this one and then these 2 here. I don't think there's any more that we're going to need for right now. So that will bring that up there. Okay. Next is this piece, which is the stiffeners are a little bit more difficult to put together. They're not terribly bad, but they are a little bit more. Just a little bit. And actually, let me move this piece out of the way, since some of those don't like to line up just perfectly out of the box. So first of all, I kind of need to line these up. There we go. Push that. Hello. Oh, that one went way underneath there. Did it go off again? Yeah, there we go. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, that's pretty much all the way through there. And now I'm just going to do the other end. If my gigantic fingers don't don't get in the way. And there we go. So that should line those up nicely. All right, so we're going to get the other 2 screws in. And then once we get them all in, I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. We're going to grab the other screw that rolled away on us there. And the framing is just absolutely amazing in its precision. I know I've mentioned before, and I'll probably continue to say it because it is very impressive. I've never done a model kit that had this level of precision on parts. I mean, even plastic models I've done have, invariably had small defects and warping and things like that sometimes during the assembly process you have to overcome. And I do expect that there will probably be some of that in this kit as well. But I haven't really run into much so far, which is good. All right, so we've got 2 screws that we need to attach here. Okay. And finally, we've got this one. So I'll tighten those down nice and tight. Okay. So now, I mean, you can really see with my 2 hands spread out, this sucker is getting rather massive. So we've got 3, what are these that are, no, they're not 20 degrees, but it's 60 degrees here. So that should actually be pretty much 1/4 of the framing for the front. Again, this is the front going off this way, so we'll have the 2 protrusions. I don't know, there's a name for them, and I always forget it. Darn it! But yeah, there's actually a name for those. The mandibles. That's it. There are the two mandibles that go out front. And can I get these pieces in? These pieces are pretty tight, and they should lock together pretty good once I get these two pieces in. There's that one. There's that one. Okay. So those are pretty, locked in pretty nice and tight. And then next we have this piece, which looks like it goes up here like so. And I think in episode 16 we're going to get another metal piece that will actually match this one over here for over here. So we'll get that one assembled in the next video. So, so if I just set, well, this one's not really going to hold very well because it's not screwed down. So, and I'm popping things out already. That's getting pretty darn big, and it's just an illustration of how massive this model is going to be. I mean, this thing's going to be, you can't even see it from side to side. I want to make sure I'm totally zoomed out here, which it looks like I am. This model is just going to be so freaking big. I love it. I really do. And I'm really excited to continue on into the future. I get some of you guys that comment on the videos, where you're kind of on the fence about, whether you want to, pick up the model or not. And if it's something that's kind of eating at you, if you're a big fan of the Millennium Falcon and, you have, you've got some spare time, or maybe you're looking for a new hobby, I really encourage you to just go for it. DeAgostini's not really paying, well, they're not paying me anything. They're not really, they're not paying me a dime to say any of this. So, I don't have anything to gain or lose from it, but I've been looking for I've been looking for this type of a building experience for a very long time. And I noticed, I know that in my video information, I credit the guys at Tested, which is, they're loosely, so I can't say loosely, Adam Savage, and who you probably know from Mythbusters, and Jamie Heineman. They've got a YouTube channel called Tested with Will and Norm, and what is Norm's last name? Or Will? I always forget their last names. But anyway, they did a video just on the first couple of episodes about 2 months ago, and I saw it and I'm like, I have to do this. Like, I literally was having dreams about building my own Millennium Falcon, and maybe I'm nuts, I don't know, but I have to blame them. It's all their fault. So, yeah, we're gonna cut these cushions out, and I'll probably just fast forward through this once I get to a point where I don't have much else to say. So enjoy watching me, or I hope you enjoy watching me assemble these. But yeah, I get a lot of people who are like, I'm not really sure, whether or not I should do it. It's not a cheap investment. It's $1,500, plus you're going to have additional costs with paint and with obviously your time. Time is money. But paint and glue, and if you really get into it, maybe an airbrush. And so you could usually spend upwards of $2,000 or more, excuse me, on this kit. And and then if you go with additional parts like customized parts on shapeways, you're looking at more money there. So it can add up, no doubt about it. But this is something that you can do yourself. You can completely customize it if you want. You know, it doesn't have to be the Millennium Falcon. It can be, you know, just your version of the YT 1300 cargo transport. And, you know, you can paint it up like you want. You could make a Hello Kitty version if you absolutely feel the need. I hope nobody does. But if you if you do, you have that option. Let's see here. Do I have my old toothpick. I've had this toothpick since early on, and it's been what I've been using to do all the gluing and things like that. But it's starting to get some buildup of super glue on it, so I don't know. Even my little piece of paper here, which is from episode 9, issue 9, we're still using that to come on now. Did the super glue dry a hole here? Oh, it looks like it might have. There we go. All right, so let's get started. Alright guys, that was the last pad. It only took me about 10 minutes to do these, all 3 of them. I have now done, let's see here, how many have I done? Is this the 5th one? I've got the other one in, but this is the one for, or one of the 2 for the inside of the hold. And then I've done another one that's very similar to this, except that they don't have the notches at the top for the hold. And then the 3 that I just did now. So that was 10 minutes of work. It wasn't that bad. I am going to have to do some sanding on these, which I'll do off camera. I'm not really going to, you know, put you through that. But this wasn't that bad. And, you know, now I have like a, I don't know what I have. I have 3 little hoops, padded hoops. Hopefully you guys can see those pretty good. Lay those out, and let me cover up my super glue so it doesn't dry out. And I'm pretty sure that that is going to conclude this issue. I've got the one sprue that I don't need anymore. Actually, let me I don't want to zoom in, I want to zoom out. There we go. So we've got those finished. And just to be safe, just to be on the safe side, I am going to pull out the issue where it essentially just talks about adding the hull pieces. Internal details. It says this issue includes 3 padded arches which you will assemble when you start making the corridors. No, I'm assembling them now. You also have another frame. Yep. So yeah, so you can complete a quarter of the main disc as shown opposite. So there we go, guys. We've got a quarter of the lower disc done, and I'm feeling pretty good. I still have. Let's see, how many more? This is at issue 15, so I have 5 more to go to get caught up with the U.S. release. I actually have up to week 5 right now, and then, I'm sorry, month 5, and then month 6, I'm guessing should come in mid-August. I've been told that the month 6 shipment will arrive at DeAgostini on August 9th, and that those will ship out sometime after that. So hopefully by mid-August we'll have issues, what is that, 21 through 24? And we'll only be, I think, 2 months behind the UK guys by then. So that's not too bad. So we can kind of see what we're getting into as far as that goes. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that like button. Please share it with your buddies who are also into building the Millennium Falcon. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I do, obviously the build here, and I also do gaming, which you may or may not be into. I get it. But hopefully you'll stick around for the Millennium Falcon build. Again, I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys once again. This has been Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon. I am Brad M73, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.